Yes, my old friend the STX38 has come back. And I think the owner said he went to start it up, and unfortunately for him, he's about a 2.5 hour drive away. But I think this gasoline block-off valve is leaking, and I think he's got gasoline in his oil. But he was smart enough not to run it very long. So I don't know what avenue to take right now. I think that he has added fresh oil to the engine. So I'm not quite sure, like I say, what's my next step. I've got it up on the hoist, one bolt for each bracket right there, and then the whole thing comes popping off, so that's easy. I'm seriously thinking, if I can get at it, of disconnecting the muffler and seeing if it's full of oil. And I forget, I'm just going to have a little bit of a look at it here. But what I am going to do is let it back down, get the tools out of the way, let it back down, so sorry. And I'm just going to have a little bit closer look at it now that I've got the hood off. It's really easy to jack up. You just have to make sure you're on the lip of the axle with the jack, not on the muffler or any of the softer stuff. So I'll be right back, guys. STX38. Alright, I've got the tractor tilted to the right as far as I can. And I'm draining the oil slash whatever out of the bottom of this. This is my third run, and it's just as thin as water, not quite as thin as water. Okay, this is just a little bit of wetness from that liquid we took out of the crankcase. Not as bad. Okay, oh, there it's going. Alright, this job is getting icky. But I did blow some air through the spark plug hole through the exhaust and into the muffler, and the muffler is not full of fluid, so that's good. And now he said to me that he had this disconnected, and this is the shutoff valve for the gravity-fed gas tank. But he said that there was dripping out of there, but I don't know, but I'm going to change that anyway, right now. So I'm going to hold this with this. We're going to undo this. Excuse me. Good. Have we got any slack at all? Not a lot, eh? Let's put in a small piece of line to this filter. It's a good opportunity to do it, right? Good. Now I'm going to just get a piece that's just maybe an inch longer than that. Yeah, I have one. Be right back. Alright, so here's our new shutoff. Here's the new longer piece. I did take 1/4 of an inch off that end too, just so that everything's fresh connection. And we'll just plug this into here and move the clamp down. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, you guys, is I don't want the oil that's in here to stay in here, so I'm actually going to put in 2 liters of oil, whatever it is. I'm going to look it up, and then we will run it for a few minutes till the smoke clears out of the muffler, we hope. And I'm also going to get this liquid gas out of the air fuel filter as well. So let's just do that right now. This is going to be gooey too. But everything's gooey. I wonder if I can just use this for the fuel filter. Maybe. Do you think I can? Will it take it? Maybe. We'll try it. Got nothing to lose. A little bit of mess. I'm going to reuse this filter though. Just until remember, this is a restoral first and then a tune-up after. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. Now I'm going to put used oil in here, guys. And I guarantee you it'll have a better lubricating quality than what was there. I'm going to just take a little bit of air and squirt it into here. Yuck! But we're going to purge this with lubrication, not gasoline. Okay, let's close this. Now, I want to see if I can get this baby to turn over. So now I'm just trying to get a battery hooked up. This is my portable battery, and I've got another tractor battery that I don't know if it's good enough to run this show, so I'll be right back. Alright you guys, I've got a pretty weak electrical setup. I've just got kind of an extension cord from the battery to under the seat. Got the spark plug back in. I've got 2 liters of oil, not quite 2 liters of oil in the crankcase. Enough to lubricate. Let's let the gas go. Let that sit for a minute. Fire it up. Choke. Not enough juice. Well, it's hot. Okay, we'll come back when it's less exciting. I should have took you guys with me. My friend Alfred that owns this lives about 3 blocks away, so via alleyways I drove it over to his house, and he looked up and he didn't quite understand, and then he saw me on the tractor and then he looked back down and roared. Now it's still dripping and spewing, and look at what it's done to my garage floor. I'll have to charge him an extra $5,000. So now I don't know what tack to take next, but it runs okay. There's about 10 different directions. I gotta get that carburetor to stop leaking, right? We need an oil filter, some oil, that's easy. And I've lost, no, I have to confess, guys, I lost this goober. Now it's just a 1/4 inch wing nut, but I feel like a wing nut for losing it. Because when you lose something, you don't know if it's inside the engine or whatever. But hey, wasn't that fun when it was smoking away like that? So now I'm just going to tinker. Carburation, leaky carburation, I think is our next major issue. Okay, I found it. It was laying with a bunch of valve stuff that I've been cleaning up. So yes, I'm cleaning up to save myself some work, and I create myself some more work. So now onto the carburetor. Cool. Now, carburetor. I just took the carburetor filter assembly off. Here it is. It just fits onto the carburetor with 2 bolts or 2 nuts that go on the back there and there, and the crankcase ventilation tube. So I'm surprised it wasn't overworked, but I think my pal Alfred did not. As soon as he saw the white smoke, he stopped. Thank goodness, eh? There are guys who would have just kept on going. So I'm going to try and clean this carburetor really well. This time I've got the ultrasonic cleaner, and I might use that. But I'm going to take it off, use my test tank. I've got that little Tecumseh test tank, and I'm going to see if it leaks. You gotta watch, I was just driving this thing, it could be hot, eh? Here it comes. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. The Z connectors, one for the choke. So is that a Z? Yes, yes it is. So I want to get that off there first without breaking anything. Remember, everything is old and brittle, eh? Comes off. I'm not worried about the gas spilling out. There, we got enough of a mess today. Good. Okay. Now, standard procedure, dirty carburetor. I'm just kind of cleaning up as I go, because I'm going to have a heck of a mess after today. Okay. It runs good. We were just using it, right? It's a Walbro. So I'm going to jump straight out. I'll be right back. Alright, that's what I did. I took an end of a Q-tip. I put brass cleaner on it, because that's exactly what is inside there. And then I put it on my drill, and I just went in and out with the brass cleaner. Now it's just as shiny as anything in there now. But I think it's been dripping fuel through. And I don't know if it's a bad float, but it doesn't seem to be. I got a little solvent here. I just did this the other day, and it should float right to about to the edge of that lip right there. And it does. So that's pretty good. I'll just rinse that in gas now. So let's just try and put the jet back in. I've cleaned the whole carburetor very well. The passages are so big, I don't even know if a ultrasonic cleaner would make much difference. And I really made sure that there were no, Donny Boy did a good video on this, that there's no cotton hairs from these guys getting into your needle and seat. Then I'm going to not put it in the machine. I'm going to hook it up to a gas tank and just let it sit for X amount of time. We don't know what X is. Okay, I can already tell it's leaking. Can you hear that little squeal? That's air passing past the needle and seat. Alright, it's been sitting here for, oh, I don't know, an hour, hour and a half. No wetness, I don't think. Oh, a little tiny bit there. Alright, I'm just taking the blades off. There's not that much broccoli underneath there. I don't know if you can see, maybe. Let's go right down. No, not much, eh? Can't. A little bit. Not that bad. Wheels, the little guide wheels or roller wheels are still good. So really, I think this is now, from now on, we're doing maintenance. We're waiting for that new carburetor to come in the mail. Yes, I do have a replacement. Whoops, sorry. I do have a replacement coming for this carburetor. Ordered it on Amazon. We'll see when it gets here. Alright, my friends. You missed it. And I'm not taking it off again. But there's our new carburetor. Okay, I gotta give Amazon one on this one. That came in less than 24 hours. But I had to cheat. It was a 13 CV, not a 12.5 V or something. But I went on other sites and the two cross-reference each other. So it's hooked up, fuel's turned on, levers are working, and I'm just going to wipe up a little bit of spillage because I spilled some fuel. Okay, be honest with me. Who doesn't spill fuel? And now I'm just going to wipe up a little bit with the cover. I might leave the air cleaner off for just a bit in case I have to set the idle. Or worse, we hope not, eh? Look at that cute little oil filter. Cute little expensive oil filter. It was really weird on this Amazon thing. I don't usually go for clone carbs or whatever, but you know what I mean by that, right? But this old tractor is on its last legs, but it's been on its last legs for 6 years. There's other videos. Just look up Bruce Pender STX38 and you'll see some of the other stuff. I know I should be putting links up here or down there or over here, but to other videos, but I think this one's pretty much nailed. I checked the belts. It has a belt. I adjusted that deck so that it's just a quarter of an inch low at the front at 3 inches. So yeah, let's just see if we can start her up. Should be good. No water underneath. Let's do this. Okay, do we need choke? Yeah, we need a little choke. Oh yeah. But down the turtle, it still stays running. Okay, well you missed that. That's okay. There's the screw right there. That should work. Now, reset. Alright. I look terrible. I look like I've been crawling under a tractor. That hood is really hard to mount because I don't know, years and years ago I added this bar across the bottom because there was nothing left but broken plastic. And that hood is cost more than the tractor. So that's what we have. So let's start her up and then we'll go for a little test run. Cleaning up as I go, you know. Piece of wood saving your rear end. Let's see if she starts and goes. Choke. Key. I made it back too.